Basically, what's your line there on the screen? I want you back to the top, somewhere around that recentered spot.
So this would be the default.
Yep.
So a little bit to the away from the target, and then recenter at the top.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So now we've got ourselves in good position there, right? I'm watching myself, making sure I'm recentered. The next key is, how do I sync up the arms and the hips, right? So to do that, the next drill we like to add in, once you get recentered at the top, I want you to pump your arms down in front of your right leg here 3 times. 1, 2, and on the third one, I want you to clip the ball off the tee.
From the recentered spot.
From the recentered.
Now here's a couple things that will throw all this off kilter, out of whack. Let's go back up to our setup. Now, if he shifts forward in the backswing, he's going to have an issue.
Absolutely.
You're not going to be able to recenter from there.
That's too far forward. And if I make any lateral motion, a lot of times that gets me more than that half.
Or what a lot of golfers will do, we'll back into it.
They'll reverse pivot.
Yep. Okay. And so the idea is not to stay centered, it's recenter. Allow yourself a little freedom of movement early and then back to the middle. That's going to get a lot of dynamic movement benefits later in the downswing. And
like we said earlier in the video, it's impossible to sync things up when you're loaded on your back foot at the top of the swing. Let it recenter, and now your goal, instead of firing the hips out, it's going to feel like you let your arms swing down in front of you, and by the time you get here, your hips should really only be back to square again.
That's right.
You shouldn't be 40 degrees open with your hands in front of your leg like a lot of you are trying to do. That's not synced up.
Right.
What you want to feel is that your arms come down in front of this leg, and I had a teacher years ago that said, when the club gets down around kind of hitting zone, you want to feel like your belt buckle and the butt of the club are together. So you don't want to snap that string.
The hips, do that again. Arms in front of the hands, or hands in front of the leg. Hips are going to be slightly open like they are here. Shoulders are still going to be closed. We're not trying to have open shoulders here.
Yeah, I think many of you are trying to do this. Get the arms down in front 2 or 3 times, and the feeling through the ball, the butt of the club and the belt buckle working in sync.
In sync.
Instead of firing the hips and getting the arms and hips out of sync.
Your old band.